Hey, my Lipton. So I wanted to give my review of the song Bongos. Now, initially, earlier today, I was like, I was gonna come on here and just and just start like ranting on here about this song because I was just like, I was extremely disappointed. But then I was like, you know what? No, let me wait, because I had to get my thought process and everything in place. And I listened to the interview that Cardi did on the Breakfast Club, because I genuinely like I don't really watch Cardi B interviews like that. It's not, especially the way she tends to come off. It's not really my cup of tea. But this time I genuinely wanted to get her mindset and where she was at when she did the song, and like what influenced her to do this song and what influenced her to get Megan Thee Stallion on this song. And I listened to the interview and I was like, okay, because okay, starting from like this, the instrumental, the sound, like the before the lyrics come on, obviously, this sound is definitely once it came on, I was like, okay. And this, when I heard the snippet, it gave like Latin, like Latin music vibe. It gave like Brazilian vibe, and as I was right, Cardi definitely took some inspiration from that market. And this was another sample. This was a sample. She used that and decided to, and it's clear as day with this song that she's trying to, Cardi particularly is trying to market the song to a different audience. Honestly, the if you're like a listen, and I'm like, you just listening to some like United States kind of, like you listening to something like that's here and like not anything international, you're probably not gonna like this song, like me, honestly, because I don't like the song. But like, I feel like the international market is gonna love this song. I actually think the song is gonna do well. I don't know if it's gonna do WAP numbers, because I think that WAP was just it was a different vibe during that time. I don't know if this song is gonna do WAP numbers, but I do think it's gonna do numbers. I do think that, but I think that it's gonna do well internationally. I don't know how it's gonna do domestically. So she went with that kind of sound, and then I'm like, okay. And I also wanted to see what made her want to get Megan Thee Stallion on this song. And she was saying like how initially her team was like, oh, with this kind of sound, you need like a Latin artist or something. And then she was like, no, I hear Megan Thee Stallion on this record. I hear Megan Thee Stallion. Now, I do believe Cardi did want Megan on this record, but I also think another reason why I believe Cardi wanted Megan on this record is because, obviously due to, listen, let's be very clear. Megan's name is in the news right now, like for good or for bad. Like whether it has to do with the Tory Lane case and that whole trial and everything that happened, what's going on with her label at 1501. It's like, it seems like Megan Thee Stallion is trending every other day. So I think that what Cardi B did is capitalize off of really the internet clout that Megan is getting right now, and it's just adding fuel to making sure people pay attention to what Megan is doing, the attention and that sort of stuff. So that's what they wanted to. That's what I feel like she wanted Megan. That's the most. I feel like, me personally, I think that's the number one reason. But of course, and her and Megan Thee Stallion do. I'm not gonna say that they don't have a good working relationship, because they do. Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B are industry besties right now. Okay, like they make their songs, they do their thing, they hang out, that sort of stuff. But I do think that she wanted Megan Thee Stallion on this records, because Megan Thee Stallion is just, there's a lot of, her name is being put out there a lot, whether for good or for bad. So she was like, listen, all publicity is good publicity, so let's have her on the record. Um, okay. Now just for me personally, when I first heard this record, I was extremely disappointed. But then I was like, okay, when I made the first reaction, when I saw that Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B were collaborating, and then I did the reacting to the Nicki Minaj album cover. I think that time it's because my adrenaline was high. Like I was just so much high on the adrenaline. I was like, yes, the female rap girls are coming out, da 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 da. But once I uploaded that video on my channel, and then I took a step back and I thought about it. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So like, cause it's like when the adrenaline finally comes down, you're like, okay, wait a minute. Cardi and Megan are making a song together. Now, if I recall at the time, initially I remember when they first collaborated and stuff. I was not a fan of WAP at the time. I was just like, the beat was whatever. Like it was just like it didn't make me move. Cardi's bars in WAP were just honestly she was just talking like it wasn't anything like there was no double entendres. There was no sort of like okay, let's rhyme some things in here. Like I just it Cardi B's verse on WAP felt blah. And honestly, in this, and I'm gonna get to the song, but and then on top of that, you have Megan Thee Stallion's verse. Megan Thee Stallion. That's the thing about Megan Thee Stallion. She's gonna take chicken shit and make it into chicken salad. That's how she is. She's rapper's rapper. So I gave her props on that. But overall, like at the time, WAP, I wasn't like too much of a big fan of it. It did grow on me over time, and it's still like WAP is still like it's like okay, I'll listen to it. I'll be like okay, but it's like it's not like I'm bumping that in my car or I'm going outside and I'm listening to that 24/7. Like WAP is just not my thing. Now for this song, let me start on Cardi B. Cardi, I was expecting more from Cardi, honestly, from this record because I think that these last features that she's done really good. Like especially the Tomorrow too. Like people looked at Cardi a different way because we're like, okay, girl, like you got some bars, you doing your thing here, and then the Point Me To verse, and then she had the Rip Me Out the Plastic one. Even though I honestly could have done without that, but like I expected more. Like Cardi's verse, honestly, on the song was very, very subpar. You know what? No, let me just say it was horrible. It was horrible. Like this was not her best. Like she did not have no kind of bars in this record. Like nothing. It was very, very elementary, very, very nursery rhyme. And honestly, I don't know if that's just like the that's what some people in Latin America in the Latin American market like subpar bars. But this is not gonna cut it. That's why in a way I'm just like I don't know if it's gonna do well here domestically because it's just like I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong because this is Cardi B. She tends to do well on the charts, but it's just she lacked. She fell hard on this record. Like it was not. I didn't like Cardi B's bars. Nothing like it was just like super super elementary school. Like I felt like my 6-year-old brother could have written her verse, and he probably could have done it better. Now, like I said, Megan Thee Stallion just tried to take chicken shit and make it into chicken salad, and I think that she did try to save the song. And she had a few one-liners here and there, but overall, too, with Megan's verse, I was like, it was okay. I was like, it was alright. It's like I've heard Megan Thee Stallion rap way better. She's had bars that I was like, ooh, yes. It's like this was just like even WAP. I feel like Megan Thee Stallion's WAP verse was way better than this. That's why people are saying this is WAP 2.0. I don't think so. This song was ass. I mean, it was. I don't want to say it was ass because it might grow on me. I don't know, but it was ass for now. It was meh. Like I wasn't feeling this. And here's the thing. Here's the reason why I also say that it might do well. This song might do well here. Cardi. Even though I think Cardi probably knows this, but I don't know. Cardi tends to rely on visuals, fashion, big budget videos and that sort of stuff. And which I appreciate. I love when artists put their money where their mouth. I love when they put a lot of thought and energy into their music videos, into putting on a production, into putting giving us fashions and stuff looking great. And I love that. That's the thing I love about Cardi. Like she gives you those kind of things. But here's my thing though. At what point is like the big budget and the visuals and the fashion? it's almost as if it's almost like a distraction for us not to focus on what Cardi is saying. You know what I mean? In her songs. It's like, while I do think that Cardi wants to give a great product to her fans and everything like that, but I think Cardi knows like she probably isn't the best rapper, you know? So she has to do these avant-garde sort of like music videos in order to keep the audience focused and entertained and wanting more. You know what I mean? And I think that, this song definitely proved it. It definitely proved it. I felt like this song is just not it. But do I think it's gonna do well due to the name of of Cardi B, and then obviously having Megan Thee Stallion there, and then you know just having that buzz and people talking, whether negatively or not positively, is driving attention and views onto the song. I actually think the song might do well. I do. And plus you got that international market. If that international market, listen, y'all know the international market is big. You get the Latin American people, you get the Brazilians and everybody, the South Americans onto this song. Oh, this song might go number one. So that I would say the song might do well, but just overall sonically and listening to it, it's just, this wasn't a good song. This wasn't a good song. And honestly, Cardi could have done like Cardi has done, especially during this era, with her doing her features. It's like she sounded and her verses have been better than this lately. So it's like it's a little bit disappointing to see her revert back to how she used to give bars or rap or write. Okay, and speaking of writing, I did see that they said that Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion did write their verses for the song. I don't, because Megan Thee Stallion does write, and we do know that Cardi B does get help, and she's admitted it herself that she has gotten help. She has writers, but it did state that Cardi B did write this verse, and honestly, at this point, I could tell because excuse me, I could tell Cardi wrote her verse because this is just, it was very nursery. It was very nursery rhyme, very elementary school. But then again, maybe we're in the era of elementary school rap. I don't know. Maybe we're in the era of nursery rhymes. Maybe we're in the era of just like not putting like some intellectual, like some real bars, some good ass like up double entendres, rhymes, everything. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe we're in that era. I don't want it to be that. I do want some great bars. I want great rhymes. I want, people, I want, and listen, if Cardi, listen, at the end of the day, I actually think at this point, especially in hip hop right now, and listen, I get the OGs, especially Megan Thee Stallion and stuff, Nicki, they're very, very big on writing your own raps. Like, very big on that. Like, they don't play that. Like, it's like you have to write your own, raps because, it's you have to. But we are in an era where, a lot of these, it's not just the females, it's the males too. Some of these rappers are getting help. And at this point, on a personal level, I honestly don't care. Like, if these rappers get help or like they have some assistance with writing some of their music, because clearly some of them do need it, and Cardi is one of them. But I know overall, like, and I'm my personal thing with the whole writing raps is just, it's probably an unpopular opinion, but I think that overall people, a good amount, especially the hip hop community, they want people that write their raps. Like, you're more respected as a rapper if you write your own raps. You know what I mean? So, but just for me on the personal level, I honestly don't. At this point, I don't care. Like, it's just like, what is it gonna do to me? Like, I don't care. As long as it's a good song and I can vibe to it, I can freaking dance, I can do better, I'm good. But yeah, overall the song was whatever. I don't know if it might grow on me, but then again, I don't see myself listening to the song like that. It's just the sound and the sonically is just not my cup of tea. I hope we get some solo music from Megan Thee Stallion. Like, I think I'm ready for her to see what she's giving. Also, before I go, So while I was watching the Breakfast Club interview, and I'm glad that Charlemagne and DJ Envy did press Cardi B on the album. I'm glad that they asked those questions. I didn't want them to shy away from it. So Cardi said that the album should be coming out next year, 2024. Now, and then she tried to throw a little joke in there talking about, oh, spring, summer, like the Cherie from Housewives. Spring, summer. So I said on this channel multiple times, I said that if Cardi B does not release an album this year, I don't think that the casual fans are going to be there for her next year. Because it's like, it's been way too long that she's waited on releasing the second album. And you know what's great? And I'm glad that Charlemagne even told, he was like, listen, you know, I think that you honestly really don't have to release a second album. If you just want to do your singles and go on about your life, you can do that. But Cardi B was very adamant. She was like, no, I want to release the album. I have a body of work. It's just sometimes I be in my head and, you know, I be thinking that everything is just terrible and da. But she has songs and she has a body of work. It's just that her wanting to release it. I don't know. At this point, it's like, maybe I could. I'm still standing down on the fact that, like, I don't think the casual fans are gonna be there for Cardi next year when it comes to this album. I don't know, because it's like, girl, like, you need to release something now, like, as soon as possible. You can't be waiting out like that. Like, you are not, like, it's like chop chop. And then on top of that, it's like you have the and oh God, I just think that this is such a bad idea for her to do this. But then again, I'm just like, okay, this album might do well because I do know that she's adding WAP up, and she's definitely adding the song to the album. And y'all guys know, anytime, and, you know, especially WAP and Up, those were big records and they did really well. So those are gonna add onto the streams to the of the album. So it's already gonna give it a boost. So while yes, the album is most likely gonna do well, but I just don't think that it's gonna have the hype like Invasion of Privacy did. I don't see it. I don't see it. I just don't think. I mean, the stands are gonna be here for it, of course. But I don't know. The casual fans, I don't know. I don't know. Especially we're in this space right now where hip hop is not doing well on the Billboard charts, and I spoke about this on my channel before, having to do with Little Baby and Little Dirk. I'm like, people are tired of the sex and the drugs and the talking about murder and all these different things. It's like, we want something more. And I don't know how much, you know, these rappers can lean into like the low vibrational raps. I don't know how long. I don't know. I really don't. But that's all I have to say on that, y'all. So please tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Tell me if you guys like this song or not. Do you guys agree with my opinion or not? Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get up to 600 subscribers. I'll thank y'all guys so much. I love y'all guys so much for always watching me. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.